Hiya and welcome back to the channel. It is day 4 of the Tour Diaries here in Hong Kong as I'm alongside LFC for their pre-season tour, and it is the most chaotic day going. I have got one thing after another, and I'll be taking you along with me for all of it to show you a little bit of behind the scenes of what we get up to on this tour. I can already tell you that I've done one thing. I've done a couple of things already, and it's boss content coming up for you. Did I do it before recording this intro? Yes, because I get up and forget to record this intro every single day. So let's get to it. We did see Liverpool's top goal scorer. Dan, I had a little chat with him, so I'll show you a little bit of that. He was absolutely lovely as always. What an absolute gentleman. And then I managed to grab Paul Gorst for an update on Alexander Isak and just basically quizzed him on who would be staying at Liverpool this season, who would be leaving and who would be joining. So that's what I've done so far. Also got a Carlsberg event later on. So let's see what footage we can go and get. Let's see what day 4 offers us. Before we do get into the rest of the video, please do like this video and also subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for the support on these videos. But enough of me, let's go and get in to day 4 of the tour. I'm joined by the wonderful Paul Gorst. First of all, give us your update on Alexander Isak. You know, I was sold a dream maybe a week and a half ago. Right. That dream was then completely shut down by Newcastle. It turns out they might have been bluffing.
Yeah, I mean, it's all coming from the Newcastle end, isn't it? Alex Isak, initially, you know, it was because of a thigh injury that he's been left off their pre-season tour of Singapore. But, you know, almost within a couple of hours of that news coming out, you know, Craig Hope at the Daily Mail, who's very well connected in the North East, reporting that Isak actually wants to leave. So I don't think an official transfer request has come in yet, but certainly he is agitating to leave and pushing the boat. And now it is a case of what happens with Newcastle. They've determined not to sell him. He's the star man, isn't he? And there's been talk of 150 million price tag and all that sort of stuff. They were determined not to sell him, but when the player wants to leave, normally players get the wish. So yeah, it's going to be interesting times ahead, and we'll see if Liverpool return with the initial interest and sort of firm that up. They've already spent nearly 300 million this summer. Can they go and do it again? Can they go and break their transfer record for a second time this summer? I think it's going to be a fascinating few weeks.
Yeah, it is. I mean, for me, I did not expect a transfer window like this. I've not seen a transfer window like this from Liverpool. Did you have any inkling that Liverpool were going to go big this summer?
Well, to be honest, I think the Florian Wirtz one has changed some people's thinking. I think Liverpool would always like to be, you know, at the table for the conversation of players of that calibre. But once they were able to fend off interest from Man City and specifically Bayern Munich, and getting them at that sort of price point, £100 million player with a potential of another 16 on top of that, I think that changes the dynamics, changes the game. You know, this is uncharted territory for Liverpool, like you say, a history-making transfer window already with well over a month to go. So I don't think you can second-guess Liverpool as much as you maybe once could anymore. So I can see why supporters are absolutely falling over themselves for the money that's being spent, the excitement it's generating, the players who are coming in, you know, the world-class quality players. So yeah, it's just a really exciting time to be covering the club, supporting them and following them.
Moving on to Luis Diaz then on the other side, loads of speculation around him and Barca, but Barca then have got Rashford. Bayern tabled one bid, the apparently coming back with a second. Will he be a Liverpool player come next season?
This is a bit more difficult, but I think Diaz might go now. I think he is, you know, disappointed with the lack of any updates and any progress on a new contract, and Liverpool are not interested in speaking to him about one. So I think there will be a fee that Liverpool will deal at. They're saying privately that he's not for sale, but once clubs are putting bids in, I think they know that there is a chance of getting them, and there will be a magic figure that Liverpool will deal at. So I think he could go. And
lastly, the one that we all want to speak about. Do you think Alexander Isak will be playing up front as our number 9 next season?
This is the blockbuster one, isn't it? The really interesting one. I thought once Ekitike was in motion, I thought that meant that Isak would not be. And then he has since communicated his desire to leave Newcastle, which might tempt Liverpool back to the table. Have they got the funds for it? Do they sell Diaz and or Nunes to fund it? Gun to me head, I think Liverpool will make some sort of play for Isak at some stage.
Well, that excites me. I don't know about you. Thank you so much, Paul. Really appreciate it.
It's one of the things where, I think players, when playing different positions, not just. But for me, it's obviously it's Mo Salah. Mo Salah is the one who's had a fantastic season last season.
In terms of the pressures in the round that to come to a football club like Liverpool with that big fee, do you think he'll be looking at that going, I need to perform here? There's a certain expectation.
Well, yeah, because it's Liverpool Football Club. The pressure's on straight from start. We're not like any other club. And, that's what happens when you sign for Liverpool. And when I was playing, they used to say, you have a sink or swim. And I loved the pressure when I was playing. I had to prove, I want to prove I was that good. And that's what you've got to do. When you're playing for Liverpool, you've got to prove, I met him last night, I shook his hand and all that, and I think he must have been surprised by the amount of supporters in a training session, and this is Liverpool, and you need to do that. And remember, we were in Singapore when Kenny was manager, coming and it was a training session there, there's about 20,000 there, and Andy Carroll's just signed, and he went, what's going on here? And Kenny said, this is Liverpool now, you have to do that. And that's the sort of thing what you have to live with when you're a Liverpool player.
Absolutely, you have to get used to that sort of that constant attention, the constant fan base.
Trumpet's playing on a Tuesday.
I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm on a tie pack fishing boat.
Oh yeah. 真的吗？都不动一下呢？那它经常都像个茶一样。
I'm looking at some pandas and this is ridiculous.
Okay, one more shot for the video. Please look at our official cam.
I'll show you. I'm back in the hotel now after another incredible day. Day 4, I want to say, of the pre-season tour done and dusted. This one maybe had a little bit less of Liverpool and more of touring and just seeing the experiences that Hong Kong has to offer, which, by the way, if anyone does come here, go and see the pandas. It is absolutely incredible. I cannot say how much happiness I felt seeing them. They looked so cuddly, and yet the predators, and they could rip me apart. But it was great to be there. It was great to go on the little boat tour that we did. We obviously spoke to Ian Rush, Liverpool's top goal scorer. That was a thing as well. I'm just absolutely stunned at the opportunities that I've just been able to take up, and yeah, it's still surreal right now. Yeah, got to be in the company of Ian Rush, another Liverpool legend, another day, another Liverpool legend. And I also got to speak with Paul Gorst and get the lowdown on some of the transfer news. Bear in mind, that was done this morning. So if there's been any developments, don't shoot me. I did that in the morning. I recorded that in the morning. Since then, you know, I've done bits and bobs. I also went to a Carlsberg event, but to be perfectly honest, I didn't film loads because it was a meet and greet, and I actually quite enjoyed just being in the company of some of the Hong Kong supporters club over here. You know, got to speak to some of the rap, AGT from Cop TV, got to see a mate from the football team where I play. So yeah, just a lovely day all around. And yeah, hopefully more to come. Tomorrow is Liverpool's game against AC Milan. I'm not sure I'll do a vlog of the game, but some footage of the game will be included in my overall day. So do come back for that. But enough from me. I'm off to bed. See you all again tomorrow.